Hey, Spoety face. Hey, listen, bro. Let me give it to you. This ain't the church. This ain't the mosque. This ain't none of that. You're coming over here, clout chasing. You trying to step in 4X's lane. We all see that. You stupid ass dummy. Take your ass to the church. Oh, shut your dumb ass up. We don't believe you. 1 minute, all you want to do is get into the kingdom. The next minute, you want to slap up Flacco. The next minute, you gonna do this to DC Baby Draco. Nigga on Paru, nigga. What would you say? We ain't gonna say nothing else about each other on the internet, homie. It's all cool. And you shook his hand. You still take off. Nigga, I'm from P-Funk. Nigga, I can't stop you, nigga. Cause you was dick sucking when I was up there with you. Can I get your number? Can I get a picture? You asked for that. On P-Funk, I didn't ask for none of that. Go tend to DC Baby Draco back. I bet you won't go over there and say another fucking word to DC Baby Draco. He in your hood filming.
All right, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. It's your brother GRLA Hebrew, and this is the No Jumper Rebound. While I react to different things that happen in the No Jumper universe, typically on the No Jumper show, but this is kind of something that happened outside of the No Jumper show. It played out recently on Wack 100's IG. So the other night I'm asleep. I wake up from out of respect, I'm gonna just say a short sleep, right? And I wake up, boom, I'm tagged. You feel me? Shout out to the homie Mr. Viral, right? He tagged me. I see Wack face. I'm like, oh, what now? Right? Boom. So when I click it, I see the reel. You feel me? I see Wack going at it with Spoety face. Boom. I hear my name come up. Okay, boom. So of course everybody been seeing, Spoety doing this thing, getting through the door over there at No Jumper. No Jumper, we have successfully flipped No Jumper into a SMG dorm. Right? No Jumper has successfully been flipped into a Suwu moving and grooving dorm. Period. We know that's what happened. The Hustlers had a nice stronghold in there for a long time. With the bricks and with the Spoety face, not the Spoety face, with the 4 extras, and and with Crip Mac. But unfortunately, they moved Brick and C-Mac, and they done moved out of state into the feds, out of county to the feds. So you feel me? SMGs, we done got up in there, the Munchie B's of the world, the young Aunt Hefes of the world. Of course, you got me up in and out of there. Of course, Flacco, he a Hussein sympathizer, He a sympathizer to the Hoovers and the Insanes, man, and we treat them real, we keep them real close. The Hoovers and the Insanes, Flacco, shout out Flacco. You had the Viral Way up in there, Tayef Third up in there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got me in and out of there, Gummy in and out of there. So and of course, if I still lived in California, I'd be up there all the time, right? So yeah, we turned that SMG for sure. But it's good. Spoety face is a solid individual. As far as I can see, as far as I know from my experience with him, from when I met him back in 2024, so he good. He good in the SMG dorm. It ain't no problem. But nah, all BS aside, let's take a look at what Wack tagged me in, and I'm gonna weigh in on everything.
Hey, Spoety face. Hey, listen, bro. Let me give it to you. I think you in the wrong game. This YouTube internet game, this ain't that, bro. This ain't the church. This ain't the mosque. This ain't none of that. You're coming over here, clout chasing. You trying to step in 4X's lane. We all see that, bro. So what you need to understand is this. You talking about a bunch of shit. You don't know what you talking about, dummy. G Malone. Nigga, you just met G Malone. Boy, I go back damn near 2.5 decades with that man. You stupid ass dummy. You sitting here taking all this. You the only one taking shit serious. You're not going to come to these YouTube streets. You're not going to come to social media and Malcolm X it.
All right, before we go any further, like he said, like he don't know what's going on, and the whole thing with him and G Malone. This content stuff, a lot of it, and not 100% of it, but a lot of it, man, it ain't nothing but wrestling, right? And you know, I ain't start watching wrestling until after everybody found out, quote unquote, wrestling was fake. So I used to refuse to watch it because all that shit fake and Then once I sat down and watched it, already understanding that this was scripted, it was predetermined, right? I enjoyed it for the entertainment value of it. And this content space, it's got to be enjoyed the same way, and the participants in it got to go into it with that mentality. Which, from watching the last No Jumper show, I see Spoety face, he's starting to get that for sure. It's, for example, Charleston White. Charleston White went on Aiden Ross's stream. Wack called smack on Aiden Ross's stream. That nigga, Charleston White, this after he said he's CK, he BK, he killing every gang and disrespecting every gang. Then all of a sudden, it was shout out to them Hoovers. He's throwing up the set on Aiden Ross's stream. Shout out to them Hoovers. A week later, he going at Gumby, dissing the set, saying all manner of evil about us, right? Now, we can take that seriously. We get up in arms, 607 up, call Charleston White while the homie was doing his interview, Trigger Bird, recently. You feel me? Now, we can take that personal, or we can understand what that is. That's content. Why is Charleston White doing that? Because he see Gumby bubbling. And because he see Gumby bubbling, he know he will inevitably have to circle back and be on a crash course. But if there's no tension that's predetermined, there's not going to be any interest in having a conversation. So now if you create the beef early and that tension, and we can make content and go back and forth, then eventually there's going to be a big payoff in a sit down, like it was with him and Wack 100 when they beefed for years. Like it was with him and 607 Unk when they beefed for years. Then all of a sudden when the sit down come, that motherfucker skyrocket. See, he know what he doing. He understand what's going on. It's like I'm watching the Adam and Wack show the other day. Wack talking about, man, I'll beat Gummy. I done get down there and pick the phone. Hold on, nigga. Wack, you ain't finna do nothing to the homie, nigga. Then I said, I can just tell by the way Wack doing this, it's just content. Now I could be wrong. Wack can come and say, nah, nigga, I really want that with Gummy by, and Gummy can handle his own. You feel me? He do his thing. His hands for sure work, right? And they, you know what I'm saying, they in the same age bracket, so ain't nothing wrong with that if a get down is, you know what I'm saying, in order. Don't get that twisted. But I say all that to say it's content. And we got to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show sometimes.
It ain't gonna happen. Take your ass to the church. Go be an Israelite. Go over there with the homie, what's his name, GRLA Hebrew. Go do that with him. He'll tell you how far it gets you.
Yeah, so, you know, the reason, because, you know, a lot of controversy got stirred up over the summer when I said I'm no longer associating with the Hebrew Israelite community. I'm not a part of the Hebrew Israelite community anymore. You know, that stirred up a lot of controversy, but the people who were outside of the Hebrew Israelite community understood it more than the people who were inside of the Hebrew Israelite community. But I understood when I step away from that, and of course I don't step away from any of my beliefs, but when I step away from that community and I jump into this content space, I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what I'm getting myself into. And I want to say this because Spoety Face called Wack 100 a devil or the devil. And hey, he's entitled to his opinion. I ain't gonna debate him on that. But when you over here in this content space, you're dancing with the devil. It's what we're doing, right? Now, again, I'm gonna go back to Charleston White. Like Wack just said, you're not gonna Malcolm X this space. And that's never what I try to do when I'm functioning in this space. And Charleston White is a tried, tested, and true example of that. If you listen to his interviews, he gonna tell you, I tried to be the Israelite. I tried to be the activist. I tried to be the Martin Luther King, and nobody listened to me. But when I got up here on the internet and started speaking provocatively, started talking, when he started talking about Nipsey Hussle and disrespecting gangs and talking about, you know, raping white women and disrespecting the Asians, and when he was talking crazy, everybody looked at him and he became the most in-demand person to come sit down on the platform. And then in the midst of all the foolishness, in the midst of in the candy he gave the medicine, and if you listen to his interviews long enough, he gonna say some real shit, he gonna say some impactful shit, he gonna say with the Israelites, he gonna give you a Bible breakdown the same way we would on the streets, but he gonna do it in the middle of an interview that you only watch because of the controversy, right? So when you come over here, the methodology got to be different and the medicine got to be in the candy. That's how it worked over here. The medicine got to be in the candy. And I'm not saying that Spoety, and I say all that not to say that Spoety Face doesn't understand that, right? Wack, no, I understand that though. So when I bagged up off the Israelite community and jumped over here to the content space, right, I understood what it was, you know? And my first interaction on camera with Wack, No Jumper News, when he called Captain Azariak and we doing the back and forth, he keep looking back at me and I could tell by the way he looking at me, this is just a play, not a play like this is a fake setup, but you know, this is what we got to do so I can get some attention in this situation, so I can maximize, so I'm not just a nigga that showed up on the news that day, right? Now, of course, it was embarrassing, but fuck it, it doesn't even matter. When you come and play in this realm, it is what it is. Now, I got upset in that situation because, you know, Captain Zaryak was brought on, and he, of course, is a Hebrew Israelite, and we supposed to uphold the standards of this book, right? So people who's supposed to uphold the standards of this book don't get the excuse that people that don't care about the standards of this book as far as when it comes to informations and accusations, that is, right? But it was what it was. So the next time when I came on there for the auditions, right? When I came on there for the auditions, you feel me? I was already judged. And people was like, he said what? He did what? I came in there talking about God and Gumby. I came in there talking about unicorns in the chat. I came in there talking about Lush should be able to say the N-word with impunity. I said those things because those were going to be provocative things and entertaining things. That was going to get the people going, right? Because I understand the space I'm entering into when I walk in that building or similar buildings and similar platforms. And I'm not functioning from the pulpit or from the soapbox that I once functioned on, but I understand this, my message is not going to change, but my methodology is going to change, and the medicine is going to have to go in the candy. Wack, no, I know that, right? People don't even understand. We had the thing, it was the back and forth. When we got done, and I walked out, he was doing the interview with the homie Gumby. When they got done, we in the No Jumper office kicking it. And the first thing I told Wack after that interaction was thank you, because I knew it was gonna go up. And that's just necessary. And everybody gonna have their week to be talked about. It's okay. People ain't gonna rate this shit though. If the shit don't matter, the shit don't matter. I'm not tripping. So I definitely thanked him because I knew he threw me an alley-oop. And I'm here to take advantage of the oops, man. You know, my favorite basketball player, nigga, is Blake Griffin. When somebody throw me that lob, nigga, I'm catching it and I'm banging it. That's what I'm gonna do. So Wack understanding that, that's why he said that right there. Let's keep going.
Oh, Wack, he's against G Malone. Shut your dumb ass up. Me and G Malone get on the phone, talk, and have a conversation like we always did for the last 20-something years, nigga. You the nigga trying to break into this. You are the nobody. You the one. And we only know you because you went up there, won a set trip on Brick Baby, black man, right? You want to set trip on Brick Baby because he let a motherfucker diss neighborhood, right? Black man. We don't believe you. 1 minute, all you want to do is get into the kingdom. The next minute, you want to slap up Flacco. The next minute, you going to do this to DC Baby Draco. Nigga on Paru, nigga. Yo, boy.
So I ain't gonna cap. Wack dude got a point, right? In that regard. What do I mean when I say Wack got a point in that regard? You had this issue with Flacco, and it didn't take less than probably 90 seconds. I could be wrong. Maybe it took 2 or 3 minutes for you to just say, oh, you know, on 40 Crip, on the dead homies, I'm gonna slap the shit out you, right? That's what Spoety said, right? Now, of course, you know, he gave it thought, had a conversation with Poetic Flacco, and by the grace of God, they was able to squash their differences. And I'm praiseworthy of that, right? But people from the outside looking in, they don't understand that. And now they think when Flacco walk in the room and Spoety in the room, that Spoety's supposed to slap Flacco because he did put it on either the Dead Homies or 40 Crip, that's what he was going to do when he seen Flacco, right? Now, I understand the urge, and I think was Big Gucci. I'm not going to get off in the 40 business. I ain't from 40 Crip. That ain't my business. But something he did say was, you know, Spoety is, you know, he's still transforming into this new person, meaning he's on his spiritual journey still, right? So we still gonna have instances where, quote unquote, the flesh get the best of you. That's gonna happen, right? I understand it. But I got one scripture that I definitely want to put out there to the audience, and as well as to Spoety. Of course, I'm not just talking and getting that Spoety, don't get it twisted. But, just giving my interpretation or my reaction to this whole situation. There's one scripture that definitely came into mind when Spoety was so quick to put it out in the air that he was going to slap somebody or he was going to sock somebody. And I understand the urge fully. Don't get it twisted. There's definitely reason to get biblical ass whoopings. That's in the text, right? But there's balance to it. All right, this is a Proverbs 22 and starting at verse 24. It says, make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go, right? So people who operate in that sense of where they quick to get angry, they mad, they furious, they always want to slap the hell out of somebody, beat somebody up. That's not somebody that the wisdom of the Bible instructs us to be around. So with that being said, that's just something that Spoety is going to have to keep in mind when he's dictating his temperament, when he's navigating the social media streets, when he's interacting and going back and forth and doing that content. He's going to have to understand that everybody who agitates him on 40 Crip don't need to get the shit slapped out of him. On 40 Crip don't need to get the fade, right? That's something all of us got to understand as we have a spiritual growth, that we shouldn't operate and navigate through life with that anger or with that fury, right? I'm going to take a look at a couple other translations though too, just so we can, y'all can get a very clear, concise, quantified understanding of this. NIV, do not make friends with a hot-tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered, right? Make no friendship with a man given to anger, nor go with a wrathful man. Do not make friends with an angry person, and don't be a companion of a hot-tempered one. Do not make friends with a person given to anger or go with a hot-tempered one. Do not associate with a man given to anger or go with a hot-tempered man. Do not associate with a man given to angry outbursts or go along with a hot-tempered man. So I think that's, that's pretty clear.
You stood on the side of DC Baby Draco with the cameras off, nigga. And I bet you won't put this on your daughter, nigga, or your neighborhood. You stood on the side of that, nigga. I'm 30 feet away from you, nigga, on the other side of the room. And you and that man talk normal when them cameras went off. Y'all capping. What would you say? We ain't gonna say nothing else about each other on the internet, homie. It's all cool. And you shook his hand. You still take off. Nigga, I'm from P-Funk. Nigga, I can't stop you, nigga. All I can do is try to stop you. I never once had to get up, stand up, get in between nothing. You capping. You capping, homie. Same shit you did with 600. I want to get out with 600. I wanted this with 600. Soon as 600 pulled up with Pee Wee, you over there saying, hey, homie, could you listen to my music? Hey, look, bro, this is what you need to do. Because you was dick sucking when I was up there with you. Can I get your number? Can I get a picture? You asked for that. On P-Funk, I didn't ask for none of that. I came to my service on my way out. Nigga, you follow me all the way downstairs. So listen, little boy. I'm going to call you a little boy because you're a little boy in this arena, right? I fuck with who I want to fuck with. I tried to help you, but you don't know if you want to be good, bad, Crip, neighborhood, kill everybody, peace, war. You don't know what you want to do, right? You let the boy Moneybag Rose put you in the trick bag, and now DC Baby Draco is back over there in the 40s filming. Matter of fact, won't you go tend to that, right? Go tend to DC Baby Draco back. I bet you won't go over there and say another fucking word to DC Baby Draco. He in your hood filming. Tend to that, guy. I'ma holler at you. I'm gonna get out of prison and change the way black people act on YouTube. Yeah, I've read some prison books that the guys before me read 20 years before me. But I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna change the way black people act on YouTube. But how about you change your name? Because Spoety Face is neighborhood 40 Crip. I'm going to get out and tell them, we're going to stop doing this amongst the community. I'm going to slap you, Flacco, when I see you. We're going to change the way. I'm going to beat you up, DC Baby Draco, because I'm going to get out and change the way black people act on YouTube. No, you're not. You ain't gonna change shit. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. Right? What you need to change is that ball up game. Now, boy, you keep playing. Listen, the streets ain't what they used to be. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna change the way black people act on YouTube. I'm Sporty Face. I'm the positive one. Change your name then, nigga. Wack, look how we act without him. Wack's a partner without him on this show. What are you? I guarantee you can't show me $500 you made off no jumper. Huh? Who's the coon? Huh? Spoety Face, listen, bro. That lip you got, yeah, good old. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that. That's why bro Rogan finna get away from you, nigga. You was hating on him. You didn't even invite him up there. Adam had to invite him. If it wasn't for bro Rogan and his equipment, you wouldn't even have him. Boy, I know too much. I'm gonna get out and change the way. Hi, I'm positive man. I'm Sporty Face, even though that means 40s. I'm Sporty Face. I'm positive. Man, shut your ass up. Nigga, go get you some money, boy. Fuck is you talking about? Go get you some money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, nigga, and be able to go to the park in your backyard. Yeah, go get you some money. Fuck is you talking about right now? Talking to me, little ass boy. You was dick riding, dick sucking. Wack could have get your number. You checked your co-host for going at DC Baby Draco. Put that on 40 Crib. You didn't check it well. Put that on Genesis verse 1, chapter 8. That you didn't check your co-host for going at DC Baby Draco 30 minutes after we left the podcast. Boy, you know I got the motherfucking text messages. I got them. You are the fake as they come, and everybody see through you. You're born, you don't do no numbers. Nigga, your lip over here. Straighten your lip up, nigga. Then you might get somewhere.
Yeah, so that was that was mostly clowning. You know, not too much to react to here, but here is the evidence or the proof to what he said he had the text message of and the video of, etc. So he captioned this: "You are a fake individual. I went from big bro to the devil. You made your guy take it down and apologize, then turned around 3 days later and did the same thing. Why? Hashtag clout chasing. We see right through you. Excuse me. We see right through you. Hashtag bozo." All right, let's take a look at this.
Hey, this is the third time I'm trying to get this shit out. Look, Wack pulls up with PC Baby Draco. Surprises Spoety Face. Wow, this shit is wild. I can't believe this shit's happening in front of my eyes. They got beef, right? And Spoety Face is like, all right. So they do the podcast, and I see my bros trying to keep his composure, but the whole time I'm on edge, I'm ready to get up and, you know, get with the program, you know?
See what Wack said, clout the new cocaine. New cocaine, that's why I termed the phrase years ago called clocaine. It's that clocaine, man. Niggas are addicted to that shit. It's the new cocaine. Now this is the evidence. This is the proof. He did say he was surprised at the video. He said he made him take it down, and he was apologetic for it being posted. All facts, which is what Wack initially claimed. Now, I don't know what made Spoety Face kind of walk it back and get back on the train of, you know, putting that pressure on DC Baby Draco, but you know, that's his choice. If that's what he wants to do, he don't want to rock with that dude. He fundamentally has issues with DC Baby Draco. So, you know, he's well within his right to, you know, feel and operate however he wants to. But, you know, this was a hell of a little situation to highlight in the midst of all this, that there seemingly was an agreement. This validates that seemingly there was an agreement to ease up off of DC Baby Draco after the face-to-face interaction. And you know, people can say whatever they want. Again, I don't have no problem with Spoety not touching a man for whatever reason. I think it's better that he didn't. You know, or of course touching Flacco, but of course him and Flacco had a preliminary conversation the day before they was in the same room that led to that, right? But that also does open up for problems when you online saying you're gonna do something to somebody and when you see them you don't do it. That does open you up for problems. That's why I always tell people, hey, don't, you gonna do something like me, if I have any intentions of doing anything to anybody, I'm not gonna ever make an announcement of that. I'm gonna just, get out where I'm at or not. But if I decide not to, for whatever reason, whatever excuse I make in my mind, if I feel like the time is not opportune, the setting wasn't right, the police was around, it was kids and ladies around, or hey, my mind just changed, I ain't even tripping that much no more. If any of those things are, you're not obligated and nobody's gonna use that against you because you never declare, hey, I'm finna do something when I see this nigga. But with that, that's all I had to say on that. Big up Spoety. Big up Wack. Keep making the content, man. Keep entertaining us. And I'll catch y'all on a rebound.